knowing what they said a year ago, not to, consider it heavily.
Yeah.
And as time has gone by, a lot of the attacks by the deep state have failed. So the more often that happens, the more pressure and
yes,
increase the likelihood that you're going to cut a deal. It's like, how much can you take? So that could be part of the game. And all that goes into the Maxwell Epstein aspect, and we'll see how they handle that. And I don't know, where did I see? Oh, yeah, on Q, there was a picture of Gina Haspel, the CIA, and Christopher Wray, and the other fellow, I couldn't figure him out with an American flag next to him, dark-haired fellow. I didn't recognize him in one of those drops, but that's very suggestive of who's in the crosshairs. And this coming tomorrow just fits in with our scenario. If it isn't tomorrow, then I would say Friday. That we go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, there's so much going on. My goodness sakes.
Oh yeah. Oh, and what was it? The mention. There were quite a few interesting comments by members in Mark's on his call that I saw in the notes. I don't go to the call anymore. I get a lot out of it. I get more out of the notes because I can't read everything the members say. But,
Yep.
The gal there, is it PDK who picks up on that? Does a really nice job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but they were talking about. I just lost my train, I guess. I missed it.
Oh, you have those problems too?
Yeah, sure. I don't have a great memory. I focus on certain issues, and that's about it. But there's just too much going on. And I'm lucky just to recall that, there are a whole bunch of comments made there by members.
Mm.
Let's see if I can recall. No, not right now. Let's see, finance money. Well, Lynette Zhang, I didn't get to it, but it's probably a pretty important video stream she did. She's saying, I'm going to tell you why we're going to the reset, and it's, the facts are out there, but it's my job to kind of tell you where things are going, and she was going to give the big picture. And the Mark C stream, they were talking about, there was another entrant in our recaps, and I think it came from March or so, and talking about the Federal Reserve and how it was folded into the Treasury and how and why and what happens with all the money that's being used,
Yeah.
Basically, starting at the top, Trump is really at the head of the Federal Reserve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Reserve is paying for all this, and then it's going to go to, the debt's going to go to zero. I think we've kind of understood that, but we got into a little more detail on that. A couple of guys have been following this for a long time and sound like they have pretty good background credentials. But I did not listen to it. I just read the notes. But it really got my attention. That was on to our recaps today.
Mm.
And, well, the other thing is we're waiting for the bonds to get processed, and I think that's what's going on today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe for the last couple of days to give us liquidity.
Yeah.
This was explained to me, 7-8 years ago and I think it came from Cottrell. He said, this is like the champagne fountain, like you see at weddings. You put the champagne at the top and it just gets one, thing after another until it finally gets down to the bottom. And this is kind of the pump that primes everything. And the bonds patients will go, and then we'll go, and then the public will go, and the patient will be alive and up and running.
Mm.
To kind of mix metaphors there, but so that made sense. It confirmed what other things I've heard. Yeah. Let's see. Nothing else from Europe or Asia, to my knowledge. I did. There was chatter, maybe it was on Mark's stream, about Communist Party working inside of Google or Facebook doing algorithms. Members of the Communist Party.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true or not, but they are partners to in spirit, I guess, whether they're involved directly or not, and in terms of censoring and the authors or whoever wrote that said, this is basically treason, what they're doing.
Yep. I agree. That's right.
And give it some thought and say, it sounds like it. Really trying to upend our, democracy, our republic. You need honesty and balance and all that. You can't be censoring people.
Nope.
But unfortunately, these corporations do have a certain responsibility. Like on Raging Bull, they can't, handle certain kinds of language, and it's a touchy-feely thing in certain situations, of course.
Yeah.
But this, of course, what we're talking about is over the top. It's blanket censorship, all that. There was something out by Charlie Ward, but I didn't catch up to it. Do you have a chance?
No, the last time I heard from, I paid to join his private club. £99. How much is £99?
I don't know. I think it's maybe 16 cents or 60 cents over $1. I forget.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I think it's around $60 a year. Yeah. I like it better that way. I mean, they don't have to worry about being taken down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we need people like him out there. Yeah.
Oh, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, all this stuff about censoring and so on, of course, bodes well for, the new internet that's coming, and maybe, Google will be taken down to the knees, and maybe part of it will be going over on the other side of the new internet. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Do you think?
And the leadership there, they're the ones who mostly compromise. Everyone else is basically following orders to keep their jobs. Schmidt and the other fellow, I forget his name.
Do you really think that Biden? Do you think that he'll be allowed to run?
Well, I just don't know. I hold it up as a possibility. Yeah. If he is guilty, then he has no business running.
But maybe the Trump administration wants to let the people hang him. I mean, be the judge and jury.
So I agree. You don't want it a political thing. Trump or the Republican Party against a Democratic frontrunner candidate. So that's not going to happen that way. The people are going to have to get so outraged it'll be a landslide.
Yeah. And then
he's disqualifying himself. And the facts will bear that out in the court of public opinion.
I mean,
I think this is all about timing in the election, and maybe this is what Q was intimating about. They're not going to win. So this is the Trump card, maybe, or something close to that.
There's supposed to be something being released every day.
Yeah, that's kind of what Mark had been hearing. I think he said that Tuesday, and I guess there are a lot of things coming out, but you have to look at everything and size it up before for yourself. And after a while, it takes on a life of its own, and it shows itself for what it really is. I think.
Yeah.
If it's going to. We see the kernel, and later the flower shows up, but in between, is it really happening?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, so, but the stem is moving, the beanstalk is getting taller, and so on. Let's see, but that's a good question about Joe. I think the public has to take him down, and the facts will bear it out, and he just may quit. He may quit. He may say, I have to step down, and we'll see. And then it's Kamala Harris. Is she any better, or whatever the Democratic Party decides to do? Yeah, well, it's interesting. We just don't know. There are a lot of things in the air. But I agree. It can't be A.G. Barr or Trump or anything like that. It has to be. I don't know. Is the Gene Haspel or excuse me, the FBI finally turned good and go after do an investigation? To open it all up. Don't know.
Well, I think Christopher Wray, he needs to get fired.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
And going back to Biden, this is tying into the pedophilia and Epstein and Maxwell.
Yeah.
I think Maxwell, there was supposed to be more revealed about her.
Yeah, yeah.
Or potentially. So this could be, one domino after the other. And it could very well be that the Bidens are cooperating. And it's all about the show.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, things aren't being left to chance here at the end. I'm pretty sure of that.
Wow.
And we've been, Giuliani's been waiting in the wings for months and months to do his Ukrainian story and whatever else he has.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah. In fact, someone was saying on one of the programs, they've had this information about Joe Biden in Ukraine for almost a year. They really should have done it back then. I think it was the interview with Sidney Powell, and she said, yeah, sure. But I'm saying to myself, no, this is really all about the public show and the need for that. So, and we're going to get disclosure. We'll get General Flynn off. Or, how's that all factoring in? I forget. If they have full disclosure, everything becomes revealed and it becomes very obvious.
Yes.
And then that judge has to really back off, or maybe he's in hot water. Hot water, sedition or whatever.
Yeah.
Just a thought. I just don't know how things roll exactly or how things, work mechanically. But that, it could be, I see Flynn being a major player, and then he's going to start testifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the meantime, Nancy's saying, we could come to a deal here by the end of the week so that the stimulus checks go out before the first of the month. We got to get it done by Friday, and, and I guess the Senate didn't pass the deal that was, for $500 billion. They want a bigger deal no matter what. And Mitch McConnell will let it go to the floor for a vote. You know, whatever they sent over that he said is acceptable by Trump and the House. So,
right.
Yeah. This is kind of new stuff. We'll see what happens with that. I just don't understand. I'm not politically savvy enough to understand why Nancy is holding off so far, other than to keep a win away from Trump. You know, but it still hurts her and the Democratic Party at the same time. I don't know how they measure all that. It's beyond me in this situation. Let's see. And Trump, I think he's supposed to go to Pensacola on Friday.
Yes.
For rally.
Yes.
That's as far as I can see. Is he going to Arizona, or has he already been there for a couple?
He's already been there, I think.
All right. I guess I was catching some old news there.
I can't. I can't keep up with him.
Oh yeah, I know. This is like the last race where he was jetting all around left and right. Well, wow, this guy's dynamic. You know, and here he is 4 years later, and he looks just as fresh.
I know.
Maybe more, feeling more empowered, and feeling great.
Boy.
Yeah. The hunt for Red October. The hunter is hunted. Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the theme. So, I look forward to tomorrow. I think this could be a momentous day for us. And maybe we'll even get our 800 numbers.
Boy, wouldn't that be nice? Oh,
yeah.
My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well.
So to me, it's all kind of touchy. A lot of it's touchy-feely, but I do agree with you. It's got to be done in the public opinion. And you just lay the facts out there, and somehow you blitz it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just don't know where it comes from, but I'm trusting Q on this. And he was saying, this is not practice or anything. This is a real thing.
This
tomorrow.
Is a real thing. Yes. That that could mean anything to anybody, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My.
Yeah, and of course, I think over time we'll see, some of these governors getting rolled. The Democratic governors.
Yes.
There's enough there to hang some of them, I believe.
Oh my goodness! Yes. You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to the miracle call, did you? I just.
No, I didn't.
I just put that out. So. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Scott helps you to keep it all together.
Yes.
And I don't know if you knew this. It's the first I listened to Trump say that he took a drug for the virus called Regeneron. I've heard that name before.
Yes.
And he said that is what's going to roll out to Americans free. 100 million people could have it before the end of the year. Or by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, and he said, I felt great the next day. Well, we'll see, And it's free and it's voluntary, so. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We'll see what that's all about. Yeah. So, there are a lot of balls up in the air, that's all I can say. Haspel, Ray, Flynn, Nancy and stimulus, and Hunter Biden and Joe and the
So what's the trump card?
I don't know. I thought it was JFK Jr.
Well,
You know.
yeah, that could definitely happen.
But you know, I don't know. What is? Well, disclosure is a card, isn't it? You know, unredacted.
Yeah.
9/11, JFK assassination, whatever. You know.
He didn't say trump cards. It's singular. A trump card.
Yeah.
And I don't think JFK Jr. will come out until after till it goes to Jassara.
Well, at this point, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of makes
After it all
sense.
settles down.
The new country, the new leadership, it's all done. They've won, and JFK Jr.
Everything was safe and in place, and it's time for him to show himself.
And Jr. has vindicated his father's death.
That's
It's
right.
done. It's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, we'll see what rolls here.
Well.
And yeah, everyone's supposed to be back home Thursday. Like I mentioned, Kazemi or whatever, however you pronounce his name, from Iraq.
Yes. That's
First
true.
school day, like Tony said.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, we'll see. Lots of things to keep in mind.
Tell me about it. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go, my friend.
Okay, Don. Nice talking to you, and take care.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
All right, I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.